So as Louis XVI also planned to impose many taxes to accommodate the increasing demand for food crops and also to meet the expenses of the state, this actually generated, or it actually brought in anger in the people and hesitation in the people, and these things that just mixed with each other. They were collectively responsible for the revolution which took place in France. Okay, so here there are two things which were written by Georges Danton and Arthur Young. So Georges Danton is not, he is no one other than a person who became a revolutionary politician later. During 1793, when he just finished his education, he had written a letter to his friend which is being given here. So he is telling that once his studies ended, he was just not given with any job. He could not find any job. He just was looking for a post. He could not find a place in the law courts of Paris, and he could not be chosen in army because he is not a person who belongs to the nobility estate, and he also could not buy an office because he did not have enough money to do so. So also his old friends refused him. They did not help him out. So in short, what he's telling is, the last line is what is important. The system had provided us with an education without, however, offering a field where our talents could be utilized. So France is of course providing education, but after education, to expose the people's talents, the French people's talents, there is no proper post. Okay, so all those posts are being occupied by the nobility and the clergy of the French community. So also there is another one person, Arthur Young, who travelled throughout France during 1787 to 1789, and he wrote what he just observed during his journey. He says that those people who are actually served by, or waited upon, or they are being served by ill-treated slaves, their treatment which is done by them would be very different from slaves who are well treated by them. So actually what he is trying to say, that there must be not any discrimination. He is telling that if you are going to you are going to make your slaves, or you are going to make your victim groan, that is cry out of the pain which he suffers due to your exploitation, the same thing will also happen to your daughter and son one day. Your daughter may be kidnapped and your son's throat will be slit one day. Okay, so he is just telling that there must not be any kind of exploitation which occurs due to the higher class people, the higher estate people over the lower estate people. That's what he is coming to say. So now we must know the outbreak of the revolution. Okay, so due to the reasons which we saw above, Louis XVI had no other option. The only option which he had was to increase the taxes, right? So what happened is, during those times, the monarchy cannot simply just impose the taxes, or they cannot bring out a change. During those times in France, there was actually, they have to keep a meeting. They have to conduct a meeting, called a meeting of the Estates General, and then they have to propose the new changes that they would like to bring in the French community. So the Estates General, what is the Estates General? It was a political body to which the three estates sent their representatives. So it actually conducted meeting, but when the meeting would be held, that was actually decided by the monarch. Okay, that was actually decided by the nobility. So the last meeting was done in 1614 during the Estates General, by the Estates General. The last meeting was conducted in 1614. Okay, so actually in 1789, so he called for an assembly, and actually in Palace of Versailles, a hall was prepared to host all the delegates of the meeting, and first and the second estates, that is the clergy and the nobility, sent 300 representatives each. So totally 600 from first and second estates, and from the third estate 600 members came, and they were made to stand, and these two the people who belong to these two estates were made to sit at their just facing each other on two sides. So the third estate was actually represented by educated members and prosperous members like lawyers, then a lot of other people, and also the peasants and the artisans and people who were poor and they were not able to get represented were not allowed to enter into the assembly, but still they sent nearly 40,000 letters through the representatives who came from the third estate. So actually the basic voting process which takes place in the Estates General is that each estate has only one vote, that is one vote from each estate, so it would mean totally 3 votes. But this time also Louis XVI thought that the same thing shall continue, but the members of the third estate agitated towards that, and they said that the voting should be considered as a whole this time, that is every person of every estate must be allowed to vote. That was actually one of the democratic principles which was put forward by Rousseau in his book The Social Contract. Okay, but the king rejected this proposal, so the third estate people just walked out of the assembly, just showing a sign of rejection to the king and the nobility. So actually the representatives of the third estate actually held themselves as they were the only people who can speak out who can voice out the rights of the French nation. So on 20th June they assembled in a hall in an indoor tennis court. Okay, they assembled in a hall in an indoor tennis court in the grounds of Versailles. So in the grounds of Versailles, in the grounds of the Palace of Versailles, they just assembled in the tennis court on 20th June, and they declared that they would be having a national assembly. And they also said that they will not disperse from the place until a constitution is drafted for them. Okay, like the monarch, their main aim, the third estate's people main aim is to pull the power of the monarchist down. Okay, they have to make the monarchy dummy, that is their main aim. So they have to limit the powers of the monarch, and this tennis court oath was led by Mirabeau and ABCS. So Mirabeau, he was a noble family, a noble man, he belonged to the noble family, but he did not want to belong to a society of feudal privilege. He wanted every people to be equal. He just had some concern for the people who belong to the third estate, so he just gave up that and he just joined these people, and he wrote a journal also, and he delivered many powerful speeches to the crowds that the third estate people must get recognition in France at Versailles. So this is how the tennis court oath took place in the tennis court of Versailles, on the grounds of Versailles. Also ABCS, a priest, as I told you right now, he wrote a pamphlet telling what is the third estate. So I told you that the National Assembly was actually the need of the hour for the third estate people, and their constitution had to be drafted. Only then they said that they would be dispersing the place, or else they won't. So these kind of things brought confusions not only among the third estate people, but also the other people, the other peasants and all the people who just experienced turmoil. They were like completely confused about what is going to happen next. At the same time, what happened is a severe winter came and the harvest became bad, and then again the price of bread rose. So bakers exploited this, and they just went with hiding their supplies. So while the people were waiting as a crowd outside the bakeries, the one crowd which consisted of angry women just got into the shops with anger, and at the same time the kings also asked the troops to move into Paris, but it did not make any sense. And that was the time when the Bastille was destroyed by the people. The agitated crowd destroyed, and they stormed Bastille during that day. Okay, so also the rumor spread from village to village that the lords of the nobility people, the manor, that is an estate consisting of the lord's lands and his mansion, the people there, lords of the people were just moving on to destroy their ripe crops. Brigands are nothing but the people who destroy things on their way, or the people who rob things on their way. So also the people got fearful, they got very afraid, the peasants got afraid that their supplies would get stolen, and then what they did is the people in return, they hoarded all the grains which belonged to the government, and they burned down all the documents which consisted the records of the taxes which had to be collected from the people, that is manorial dues. And also a large number of nobles on seeing this pathetic condition, they just even left to their neighboring countries, and they just left from their homes. And let's see what happened next in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe to my channel if you have not done so far. Like and share this video to whomever you know. Thank you.